Your stepdad walked up to us and was like, "Where's my money?"
Oh my God, he's so ignore him. He's like the biggest kid alive.
I know. I saw the Future Motives hoodie on, so I was like,
That's not me. I'm trying to tell you. I'm not about to walk up and say, "Give me your money." I swear to God.
I was sitting there. I was like, what's that?
I know. I was like, "Thank God Dre's here." I was like, "I'm not worried."
You know, the first time I came to Akron, I literally got robbed on my motorcycle at a stoplight. I promise you, bro.
Where?
I got PTSD from Akron.
You know where? What side?
It was downtown. It was right next to the Chase Bank, downtown Akron.
By the Chase on a hill?
Yes.
That's the most public place to be.
Yes, man. They came up with a big pickup truck, and then they had a black Durango.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense because I live here every day, and that's crazy.
It's because I'm not from here.
Yeah, but still, I don't even think people pay attention to stuff like that here. They shouldn't.
They definitely got it.
So this will be here, so in case you can read comments. See, look what you done did.
Watch
You done messed
out,
it up.
big baby. You gotta watch where you step.
Simple, I'm about to have you go to your bed. You probably messed up the camera. Let's see where he messed up on the live video.
Ooh.
This dude is
Come here, baby.
Baby, man.
Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Oh, get off there. You're insane.
Oh, sorry,
You're insane. Aww. We gotta see.
Oh, that's perfect. Yep. There we go. We are good now. All right.
So actually, this is gonna just be me and Simba.
Yeah, it could be. You gonna ask her the questions? Are you gonna ask her the questions, sir?
Come on,
Get
get
your
one
big
of
old
those.
muscle paw out the way. I'm doing my podcast like this. His neediness is like out the window.
You been gone all day?
Well, I only been gone for 4 hours. That's it. I've been gone for 4 hours. So this is where the point where I'm like, I need to have like a background team because I'm doing all this by myself.
Yeah.
I'm like the lighting, the camera, the sound, the everything.
Yeah.
Well, the mic and stuff is good though. I just got to make sure because these mics really pick up the background music sometimes. Because I had my 2 podcasts ago, I thought the volume was low. When I looked at the whole video, you hear the whole music, and I'm like, this whole podcast about to get muted. I thought it was, but they didn't mute it, so I was like, it's probably because it wasn't copywritten music. So I was like, I just lucked out on that one. Definitely lucked out on that one. Okay, well, we can get started. Sighing ass.
Yeah, not too close to the mics.
It'll be good. It'll be good. We should be good. Okay.
Feel relaxed.
No, say what's up, y'all. I'm back with another episode of Elevate EP Podcast. What EP stands for Experience Perspectives, and I have a good guest of here. We got Erin, and she's gonna tell y'all a lot of stuff that y'all need to learn and know for your bodies, health and wellness. I'm gonna just say that part. I don't know too. I can't go scientifically into it because you can, so I'm gonna stay with that part. And I'll let you go ahead and tell people a little bit about you and a little bit about everything.
What's up? Thank you, Trevante, for having me here.
Mm-hmm.
Good to be back. Trevante and I went to Akron together, so kind of where the roots started for me. Yeah.
For real.
Simba. Yeah, we're reunited. But yeah. So my name is Erin Babcock. I am in the cannabis industry. I am an expert in cannabis science and the endocannabinoid system, which is something that a lot of people don't know much about, and it's a big scary word.
And enlighten us.
But we all have one, and I think it's important for us to know. But I haven't always been into cannabis. I'd say when I was here at Akron playing collegiate soccer, I didn't even consider using cannabis. Boy.
You want to get down? You got to get down.
Get down.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Didn't even consider using cannabis. I was very committed to soccer and not having any issues with our scholarships and drug testing and that kind of thing. So I didn't even consider it, even though I was suffering from concussions and mental health issues and other stress-related conditions that cannabis could have really helped with. So it's been a long journey. During COVID, I was still here in Akron, and that's really when everything changed for me, because I was applying for physician assistant school, so more so the conventional healthcare route. And I knew I wanted to help people, but as I was filling out that application, my gut started turning, and it really kind of woke me up, and it didn't feel good. And I wasn't super aware back then. I wasn't like, oh, my intuition's talking to me, but I was like, ugh, that didn't feel right. And then from then, COVID hit and really gave me the time to pause, reflect, and really see what I wanted to do in this life and what I was here to do. And
I hear you. I feel you on that. I definitely feel you on that one. Not knowing exactly. That's why I always implement the mental health, and that's why I got my mental health sweatshirt on. Your mental health is non-negotiable. I'm always implement that on all Future Motive platforms, everything I'm doing. So it's good. This all go in hand. This is good.
Yeah. So, yeah, got into cannabis through my mom. So she actually got her hemp cultivation license first.
Was that right when you graduated, or was that?
No, I was still going to Akron when she got that. So that was 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And yeah, so she started playing around with the plant. My family was getting more into it. I started experimenting more myself, just with personal use. Yeah. I happened to be friends with people that appreciated the plant, so it was a safe atmosphere for me to start to try it out. And then I went to a meeting with my mom where this company out of Colorado was pitching a business model, and I was kind of just going with her because she didn't want to go alone, and just to like, I don't know, have a new experience. Right. And they pitched this concept of a CBD store with a lab where you make your own products and even custom products. And my roommate at Akron, and I had come up with a whole ton of crazy ideas during COVID. We would always write them out in notebooks, but one of them...
Oh, my God. y'all were so serious about that when y'all talked about that. Y'all was so serious. I was like, they really did it. I was so happy. I was like, y'all really did it.
Yeah, we talked about having, like, a cafe with infused drinks and food.
Still can't happen.
Yeah, it's coming. Just wait.
Did y'all hear this?
And then, but this opportunity was like infused products, like more health and wellness products, like tinctures that can help with your whole body, capsules, gummies, salves, creams, things like that. So, yeah, we dove straight into that. Still, while graduating from Akron, we started scoping out a place in Columbus for the store, and signed a lease and had everything situated. Angie and I didn't end up walking at graduation because we were like, we got too much to do right now. And it was COVID, so it was like optional. Okay. So yeah, we jumped straight to it after college, moved to Columbus, and worked in that retail store for about 2.5 years. Yeah. Yeah, and I learned a lot. And during that same time period, I got my master's in medical cannabis science and therapeutics.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That is, you just actually, the amount of times I keep telling myself, like, you just gotta leave. And I'd be wanting to just leave and explore and do stuff like that right there when y'all just like bounced and left and y'all was like, we about to do this. They trying to...
A lot of people looked at us crazy too.
Yeah.
You're like one of the other like people in Akron like really doing shit though. Like you've been kind of on your Future Motives ground. Like for a minute you've been building your brands, but like kind of like some other people our age and friends would look at us and be like, what are you guys doing? Yeah. And it's like, dude, you know, we're going after our dreams.
Yeah, or some are even like, dang, I can't believe you're still doing it, or you're still able to do it. I'm like, yeah, I haven't stopped. It's just... Yeah. It probably changed a little bit or in different directions, but I still do exactly what I was doing.
That's how it is, though, too. It's adapting with it, especially when things like COVID and just life happens. You gotta adapt with it and flow with it, and that's what we're doing. So I was running that CBD store for 2.5 years, and now we're adapting again. You know, Ohio just legalized recreational cannabis, so
I don't know what y'all about to have a corporate building built now. Are y'all about to be in there? Y'all need one.
Yeah, we have a whole new business model. Really, it's called Entourage Connect.
Entourage Connect.
And
Tell us about that.
Yeah, there's a concept in cannabis called the entourage effect.
Okay.
Which means that all the different components are working together to produce the overall effect. And it produces an elevated effect than just if you just had CBD isolate compared to the cannabis plant as it's grown and how it comes, then the cannabis plant will have a greater effect than just isolated CBD oil. So that's the components coming together to elevate. Entourage Connect, our new concept, is really about bringing people, businesses, brands together to connect, create, collaborate. Educate is a big part of it, and to elevate all of our impact in cannabis wellness and beyond.
So you're gonna be like a Wiz Khalifa of cannabis, and look, y'all might as well come with your own name. Let's start it right now. Copywritten, don't take it.
Yep. Trademarking that shit.
Trademarking it right now.
Yes, yeah, but it's really for the canna curious and people who are using cannabis. I mean, there's a lot of people out there. Over 66% of Americans support cannabis and weed, but actually being able to define it and know what it's doing in our body, I feel like is different, but it's really important. Like, why not be able to understand that too?
Less people know about it, a little literate to
and we want to include more people in the cannabis industry too, like when it comes to art, fashion, music, designing. I started modeling last year, and all the events I would go to, like, cannabis was there. So cannabis is there, but people don't really know too much about it. So it's about giving them the education and knowledge to get more involved, and then maybe, boom, you've got a brand partnership. That's kind of similar to how athletes can have NIL with, like, a brand partnership and support that brand. Like, artists, musicians, people like that could partner with a cannabis brand, promote it, and then everybody wins. So
that is so crazy. I just actually thought about the time I was a year off from NIL. I was a year off, and then I kept being told I couldn't promote the clothing on campus because it was related to the schools, related to the football team, and I couldn't do nothing. It couldn't be in my name. And then as soon as you graduate, everything get loosened up a little bit. And I'm like, are you serious?
Right. Yeah, I stopped playing my sophomore year, so it was like similar where I didn't see NIL. It was like right after. And I'm like, gosh, dang. Like,
I can't believe that is so terrible. But go back a little bit. Tell us more on the modeling.
The modeling? Yeah. Honestly,
just happened or just like jumped into it?
Just like stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit. Like, I would just be like out shopping or just like out doing something, and I just kept getting like a lot of strangers or even like close friends at like a networking event just be like, hey, like, you should model. Like, why don't you do that? And then in my head I just kept, I was like, finally I was just like, why not? Like, why not try it? And it got me like remembering back to when I was little, probably like 5 years old. I would like put outfits on and like strut down my house and like model for my family.
Oh my gosh.
And
really?
it's just like I have these little like heels on, like a little pink skirt or something, just like modeling. And I feel like, I don't know, since college, since being here in Akron, I've gone through a lot of like mindfulness experiences and courses and things like that.
Especially exploring. You were exploring, you've been out, you ventured out by yourself, you've been learning on your own.
Yeah.
So I figured I already know that's a lot of changing and stuff.
Right.
I already know those are actually big changes, especially when you move from somewhere you're comfortable at. And then you're going through all those changes. Now you're trying to feel more comfortable in a new space, new people.
Right.
So I understand that so.
But taking it back to the roots.
Yeah.
Like, do the thing that like made little you happy. If you're ever feeling lost or anything in life, like, I don't know. And I'm still working on the modeling. I just had my first and second fashion show this weekend that we participated at. Yeah.
Look at that.
Rocked. It was fun.
You better go back. Where you going? Go back. You tried
to make a guest appearance.
You tried to. I heard clapping out that was for me.
But yeah, it was really fun. Like, I was like a little nervous just because I was like first one, but I mean, I don't know. I try not to let myself get too nervous anymore because it doesn't feel good.
Yeah. That's what happened when I did that fashion show because everybody was upset. They weren't upset. People were like, he plays football. He makes clothes. He in a fashion show. And I was like, why are y'all not supporting it? Or how are y'all? That's kind of weird.
Jealous.
I don't know what it was. I kind of like.
They're probably like, damn, he's doing a lot.
I read up on it, but like, you kind of just brush it off.
Yeah.
I just kind of like brushed it off. It was like, you're doing a fashion show. But when I did it, I was nervous as hell.
Yeah. I went to one.
I went to
one.
I think that was the one I walked out halfway on the stage.
Yeah.
And I was like, because it was like, do you want to take a shot? Do you need something to calm you down? I just knew there was so many people out there. And I was like,
yeah,
I'm going to go halfway. And then something blocked me off. And I just turned around. I turned around. I was like, dang. I was like, I really froze. I was like, I don't know why I froze like that. It was crazy. 'Cause I just knew people that was there that like came to like see me and support. And I was like,
yeah,
it
got to you. It
got to me quick.
The pressure.
It got to me quick. And I was like, dang, I'm not usually under pressure like this.
Yeah, right.
That's what ended up happening.
Yeah, it takes some guts to do that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, we have some questions here. We got some questions.
Yes.
Well, one of them you actually already answered the first one, so a lot of people probably already know about the. Let me see if I pronounce this right. The endocannabinoid system. It's not a word.
That is right.
It's not like a common thing to just say though. So it's like
endocannabinoid.
That's my hype man. That's my hype man.
Like 3-4 times. Like, okay.
Yeah, it's tough, and people they're like, endo what?
Yeah.
Like, what did you just say? What spell are you casting on me? Like that type of thing. But it's just like blows my mind because it's something that we all have. Mm-hmm. Literally every creature has one. Simba has one. Like every animal besides insects have an endocannabinoid system, and it's responsible for maintaining homeostasis, which is harmony in our mind and body. So it regulates.
Everybody needs it.
Yeah, everybody needs it, and I mean we have receptors in every organ system. Okay. So our central nervous system, our immune system, our endocrine system, our digestive system, and with them located throughout our whole body, we also produce endocannabinoids ourselves that interact with those receptors, and those circulate throughout our whole body too. So this system plays a role in influencing virtually all functions that our body has to do, like our appetite, our emotional processing, our energy balance, learning, memory, mood, the immune response, inflammation, the stress response, so it helps with relaxation, sleep, temperature, regulating your thermodynamics, how hot your body is, how cold,
back at school.
Everything.
Let me get my pen and notebook.
Take some notes.
Because at this point,
and it's not our fault though. That's like what I tell people too. It's not our fault that we don't know this, and that we're so out of balance too. Like mental health is at the core of like what you've been doing for years, decades. Like it's like part of you. Like it's part of your story.
Right.
And there's so many people out there struggling with anxiety and depression and sleep issues and arthritis.
Close friends, best friends, family members.
Yeah, 1 in 4 people die from like heart disease and just being unwell. And the endocannabinoid system keeps us well. It keeps us in balance, and we produce our own molecules naturally through exercising, through eating right, eating polyunsaturated fatty acids like avocados and fish and nuts, through meditation and breath work and yoga, things that you consciously do to slow down and calm down. You're working with your endocannabinoid system rather than putting a burden on it to do all the balancing for you. You're working with it. And then another one is social interaction. So like we're literally having a conversation.
Right.
And we're both probably boosting our endocannabinoids from that.
Okay.
Smiling is one. Like, I love to smile. So, you know, I love
Right.
laughing. I love smiling.
Right.
And all of those
The
things I just
positive stuff.
mentioned, like, we know that they make us feel good. Like, somebody who is a healthy person, quote unquote, is like probably doing a bunch of those things.
Right. Keep them calm.
Yeah.
Too.
And so if you're doing all of those, like, you're balanced and you don't really need the cannabis plant.
Okay.
But obviously, with the name being endocannabinoid system, the cannabis plant has some interaction with that.
Now to go back on they said she's speaking facts.
Yeah, I got all the facts.
I was about to say from all that stuff, so we was getting most of that from probably playing sports.
Yeah.
If we think back on it.
Yes, I'd say yes and no. Like,
I'll say without the actual cannabis.
Yeah.
Because we were like told to stay away, drug tests, all that stuff. But the interactions, the breathing, the meditating, the exercise,
a lot
social
of it.
Yeah.
But I still had mental health issues when I was an athlete. And I wasn't totally happy and at peace type of thing. But yes.
I think that could have been. Well, that's another thing. I think that'd be like an athlete episode because I was thinking more politics and how the stuff we went through. 'Cause I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to talk about it. I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna just hold it and not say anything.
Yeah, but it's really crazy, like, just about the whole endocannabinoid system because it's been discovered. Like, it's been around since 1988. The first component was discovered. So. That was a minute ago. That was 25, 30 years ago that this system was discovered. But it was early 1900s when they decided to exclude all natural substances, remedies, and therapies from med school curriculum. So the people in charge of our health and wellness don't learn anything about how the body can heal itself. They learn, big pharma funds and designs medical school.
Okay. And then.
That's all I need to say.
Yep.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
No, go ahead. You already said you were speaking facts. If that's what we're doing today, that's what. Go ahead. Let me go ahead and cross
I'm
this
just
off.
cracking myself up.
Let me go ahead and cross that out.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I told y'all
I'm trying to infuse it back in.
No, you're good.
Endocannabinoid.
That's why. So, like, when I have people on here, people are like, what do you talk about? I was like, whatever you want to talk about. That's why. That's the mental part. I'm letting you speak freely on what lets you express yourself. I was like, it never has to be censored at all. It doesn't have to be censored.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
Every other platform tries to censor me. You know, the world doesn't want people to know how powerful cannabis can be. And cannabis has over 500 components in it.
I know that.
100 of those are called phytocannabinoids, which mimic the endocannabinoids that we produce. So they can interact with our body. THC is one of them.
Okay.
CBD is another. CBG, CBC, CBN. There's a lot.
You just blew my mind already.
There's so many of them.
I can't believe that.
But it doesn't all revolve around THC. I want people to know that too because I love cannabis. I am a huge advocate. Like, I really am. But, like, THC is not the only component. And I take CBD every day. And I know there's probably a bunch of your listeners that are like, oh, CBD, that's not going to do anything for me. Like, so many people say that, but it's not that it's adding a euphoric effect. It's taking things away. It's taking away your stress. It's taking away your physical discomforts. It's really helping to reduce inflammation and reduce stress, which are the root of a lot of diseases, disorders, dysfunctions. It's from stress and inflammation getting out of control. So if you have a regulated endocannabinoid system, it won't happen.
It won't happen. You should actually try some of these things. Use some of these things. She's telling you some of these things. Are you listening? Are y'all writing it down? I'll be writing it down right now. Like, what? All right, here go the next one. I got another one. What is the misconceptions of cannabis? High THC addictive gateway drug. So
yeah. So I guess it's a good lead in. It's a good lead into that. So I don't know.
Figured out how to
People
get
go
pause.
to the dispensary, or you're getting your marijuana from somewhere, and if you are getting it from somewhere that you can see like the testing result, the first thing people kind of look at is the percent of THC, and they think that
That's
if
the
it's yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like out in Cali, out in Denver, like some of the percents averages are getting up to like 30-40% THC in the flower. Back before prohibition, back before cannabis was regulated the way it was, when the hippies were out just enjoying,
Let me know the high. Let me know the percent.
it was more like 10.
Oh, it was only 10?
It was more like 10% THC. It was more of a full spectrum product, meaning
Okay.
that it contained the other components that could give that entourage effect.
Yeah. Wow.
So it gives that elevated effect.
So like the United States, just putting in BS and stuff.
it's
don't.
yeah. The people are gonna make what the consumers think they want,
Okay.
and there's just such a lack of education out there about cannabis and how to best use it to be optimal for your own body, because we're all different too. Like we're all gonna react differently to cannabis, so different products are gonna work better for different people. So it's about just like starting with a low dose. You don't need 40% THC unless you're really fighting something. Like if you're getting chemotherapy and you're super nauseous and vomiting, it can help with that. Or if you've got HIV or AIDS and you're trying to gain weight, it can help with that. And other like cancer treatments, there's research out there. But if you're just using it recreationally or just every now and then, like you don't necessarily need that amount. And if you do use high amounts of THC, it's good to balance it with CBD or CBG, because
Where do you get CBG? Not to cut you off. Where CBG
Yeah.
is like, so I got to go to that store. I got to your store down there, because usually if you just go to like Vape King or something, you're not gonna find that in there.
yeah, and that's the thing with CBD products too, is that it's federally legal, but it's not federally regulated. So the FDA has done studies recently, and they tested a whole bunch of products that were on the market, and over 70% of the ones they tested were mislabeled and misbranded because they contained significantly less or significantly more CBD than the label said.
Okay.
So CBD, like finding a trusted manufacturer, hit me up. I've got some products, plus I know people, I can send you in the right direction to get trusted products, because you don't want to just go to Smoke King or a vapor shop and just buy anything, because it's probably not gonna have the health and wellness effects that you want it to have. CBG you can buy online, you can buy in, it's federally legal too, because it's hemp derived, and hemp is cannabis that has low levels of THC, and that's been legal since 2018. It's all the same plant though. Hemp, marijuana, cannabis.
Yeah.
It's the same plant. It's just the ratio of cannabinoids and components
Okay.
like produced within it.
I just had to figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm about to try. I want to try everything. I'm
Yeah.
trying to try it all just to know what I'm. Just to be like, I know what's going on now.
Yeah, but THC binds to your CB1 receptor, which is primarily in your central nervous system, so your brain and your spinal cord, and that's why people get high, is because that receptor is very abundant in our brain. It's one of the most abundant receptors found in our brain.
Okay.
And so when we use THC, it's taking up space at that CB1 receptor, and our endocannabinoids also interact with that receptor. So if we overconsume THC, if we constantly have THC in our system, then it kind of signals to our body that it doesn't need to produce endocannabinoids because there's something here. So it can deplete our endocannabinoid production, which is really like the key to balance. It's really the key to well-being and happiness and reduced inflammation, is having your endocannabinoids interact with your cannabinoid receptors.
Now, when you usually smoke and stuff, like, you feel that high, it's like, oh, I feel good now. But when it comes to like removing and your body is feeling better through all the cannabis and stuff, how long does people feel like they actually, like, how long would it actually take for them to notice a difference? Maybe like a couple days.
Yeah,
Like
if they're using
it, trying to use it on a regular, they'll notice in a couple days a difference.
I'd say, for CBD, it takes like Yeah, it depends on the product.
Okay.
For CBD, it takes about like a week or 2 weeks for some people because it's not adding a euphoria or anything. A lot of times people are like, I don't feel anything.
Because they don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm like, do you still feel stressed? Like, are you still hurting?
Right.
And they're usually like, oh, not as much. But then there's other things like this full spectrum, like really potent cannabis oil that a friend in Columbus gave me. He like almost chopped his thumb off before.
Whoa.
And
Whoa.
he wasn't able to bend it like a couple days ago. And we've been putting this oil on it and it is actually
coming together.
so that's like after one treatment.
It was only hanging on by an inch.
Really?
It was only hanging on by an inch, and when it was swollen. She looked at it. She was like, "It's not gonna be able to bend because there's no wrinkles in your thumb. Like it's so swollen."
It was so swollen.
She was like, "It's not gonna be able to bend." She put it on the first time. Took a little video.
Yeah.
Second day, I called it like I FaceTime. I'm like, "Yo, there's wrinkles."
He's like,
there's
"There's
wrinkles.
wrinkles."
Yeah. I FaceTime her. I'm like, "Yo, it's bending." I'm like, "Yo, come back. Give me that little vial and put it on my finger again." Because when you think about it, like when you cut off a limb or something, you're thinking it's never gonna come back. You have no hope. And like I be dropping stuff. You know, I've never dropped as many things as I have when I cut my thumb. But then she puts it on, and mind you, like I'm like, okay, the worst that could happen is my thumb's gonna be the same. But the outcome of it actually going through, man.
Yeah, the inflammation went down pretty quick, yeah. And it's a very potent oil. And it's supposed to, I was told it contains every cannabinoid. So I'm like,
Wow.
yep. Shout out Chef Jeremy Cooper. Thank you.
If I'd have known about that when I had this scalpel and I cut my thumb, the same hand. It's the same. It's the left hand. What is with the left thumbs? I literally cut my thumb, and I was like, look at all this blood. What am I about to do? Wrapped it up. No tea. I ain't have nothing. I had no oils, nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, we got the CBD salve with us
so
too.
Crazy.
Yeah, it just depends. So it
Okay.
depends on the person. It depends on how open-minded you are. Like if you think it's not gonna work, like you might not get better then. Like people think diseases into existence too. If you've got a bad mindset about it, it's not gonna get any better. Like yeah.
So we got CBD that's gonna fix COVID.
There was some research out there about CBDA, which is the acid precursor.
Okay.
So it's what CBD starts as before it develops into CBD. And if you light that, if you smoke CBDA, the fire automatically turns it into CBD. But there was research out there about it really, really, really helping with COVID.
What?
Yep.
Hold on. Don't do this to me.
Yep.
Now I get my mind like this because I'm all right.
Yeah. It's a crazy plant, you know?
So can you revert? I mean, hold on. So then can you reverse the people that took the vaccine and see, I'm going too far. I'm done.
I think you can probably do a cleanse or something, but I got the vaccine too.
She said
I was
cure,
traveling
she said
overseas. Yeah, I was traveling overseas. The vaccine did fuck me up a little bit. Personal experience, I did have side effects.
That's crazy.
We don't gotta get all into that though.
No, that's fine.
We don't gotta talk about too much controversy today.
No, we don't. It's gonna be all smooth. The only thing I was gonna throw out there was one of my homeboys had the vaccine. He had it 3 times. That's all I gotta say. 3 times.
Yeah.
I had it once.
Make it make sense.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what they did. Yeah, I actually got the vaccine. I got the one that Akron was giving.
What was Akron giving?
Bro, they gave the vaccine that got recalled like 3 days later. And I was like, what?
I don't know what happened to y'all. I don't know what's in
I'm
there
here.
now.
I'm here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cannabis.
Promote
That's
it.
why I'm here.
Cannabis. But whatever y'all got lingering.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Akron test dummies. That's what they
Yeah.
got. They got
But
everybody
I don't even think I finished my story. That CBD and CBG, maybe I did finish it. They help to boost our endocannabinoid production. So basically, without having to exercise, without having to eat healthy, without having to meditate, you can take a supplement that basically, I like to say it biohacks your body. It just boosts your body. Like, if you're getting a safe product from a trusted manufacturer like me, can do no wrong.
You better say it. Nope, he's being needy. He
what's up, baby?
He needs some endocannabinoid
Yeah.
system and stuff. Endocannabinoid.
Yeah, I should have brought some pet CBD for Simba.
Oh man, he would have enjoyed it. You would have enjoyed that 100%, wouldn't you?
Yeah, Chance probably has the most regulated endocannabinoid system for a dog.
Is it more like he's just like calm, or is it more like how is it?
He's still
How's it for him?
Yeah. So Chance, backstory, Chance is my dog.
Yeah, just so y'all know. I forgot we just out here just talking about Chance. They're like, who is Chance?
Who is Chance? Yeah, and Chance has always like had just a little weird switch in his brain where he just gets a little anxious.
Okay.
And it's helped him a lot. Like,
Okay.
I just give it to him every day because the thing about ingestible CBD, like a tincture, which is an oil you put under your tongue,
Okay.
or a capsule or a gummy, is that you can take those products to get you back into balance. But then once you're in balance, you keep taking it because it's preventative and proactive for your health. And I just give it to Chance every day. And he is calming down more. He gets a little stressed here and there, but yeah, his temperament has really chilled out.
Dang, that is wow. I'm over here like I was gonna ask another question, but I don't want to ask a question. I'm trying to process it. I'm trying to let it all circulate. I'm like, I got people, if they want to ask anything. Oh yeah, no, you know what? I'm gonna go to it. Because actually it goes back to something I thought about. So when you're talking about the business that you're getting ready to implement, because some people ask me, they was like, well, what is she doing? I was like, well, can she tell us when we go live? I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, it's gonna be a surprise to all of us.
Yeah.
So if you want to tell us more about the business, or
Yeah, I would love to.
yeah,
Yeah, so Entourage Connect is the main focus right now. I also have my own personal brand, Erin Energy. So Erin Energy.
that's
you know.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, just launched my website for that. So if you follow me on Instagram, you can catch the link there.
I'll put the link in the description.
Yeah. Link in the description. But Entourage Connect we're really trying to create a community and a movement towards improving health and ending the stigma once and for all.
Yeah.
Our community is all behind it, but really just making the endocannabinoid system mainstream is a huge goal of mine. And through Entourage Connect, we're going to be having education through webinars, courses, trainings, as well as events. So we'll be doing in-person events, online events, collaborating with people in the cannabis community, probably all over Ohio.
Okay.
I'm based out of Columbus, Ohio, so that's probably where the events will start out in 2024. But I mean, we're connected all over the state, so we definitely want to make sure we're coming up here, coming up to Cleveland, Akron area, going down to Cincy, Dayton. But yeah, we're really just gonna be throwing these events and sharing this education to bring people together to learn more about cannabis. And if you want to get into the industry, there's going to be tons of opportunities.
Okay.
Really connecting with people who are just the canna curious and want to learn more. The amateur kind of professionals, if you're in some sort of artistic occupation or you have some sort of service that businesses could use. Amateurs and professionals in that area, and then brands and businesses in the cannabis industry, wellness, and related fields. Because in Columbus, our storefront had a lab. So we had our hemp processing license, and that's where we're making our products, whipping it up. But now that space is being transformed into a studio.
Okay.
So, yeah, with we'll have photos and videos and podcasts and all types of media that can be done through there. Because I've been all about education in cannabis for so long, but that's just not what people are into. They're not necessarily attracted to that. So creating the media materials that people are drawn into, and
it's
then
the school. It's like the school system thing. It's like when people think school again, it's like and being taught, they get like turned off quick. It's like we gotta turn it into like that, like a podcast, or turn it into like something else where people like. It's weird, but it's just it's the way they have our school systems.
Right.
Like,
once you're done, get me out of here type of thing, rather than. I feel like staying curious is kind of a key to growing and evolving and just continuing to expand in life, is staying curious. So being aware of that is definitely a good thing. But I mean, not everyone is so eager to learn new things. So yeah, making it like a little stepping stone. Like maybe you pull up to this event where we're networking, there's entertainment, maybe there's like a comedy show, there's a smoke sesh outside, you meet new people, and then you start to learn more about it once you've kind of made the connection. So yeah, we're going to have a digital platform of education, and you can join that for free at entourageconnect.social. Just sign up for our newsletter, and we'll be releasing various memberships, different levels of...
I was just about to ask you, how can people join, or is there like an application?
Yeah, it's just a website right now. You can join. There's a free level. There will always be a free level where you will get value just by being involved in our community. But if you're wanting to learn a little bit more, you can join our Canna Curious level and have access to webinars and other information. And then we'll have a professional tier where you get access to that, plus a professional portfolio built out for you, so we can connect you better with brands and businesses to get you more opportunities in the space. So we're going to be doing that, collaborating, and yeah.
Look at you, man. That's crazy.
And I'm always trying to speak. I'm always trying to like get on stages and different shows to speak about this stuff, because not enough people know about it.
Or the attention span when people are like, oh yeah, I paid attention, but like, no, but did you see what I posted about it? Did you see it? And like, then they'd be like, no, like, but I thought you said you did. Right. That's every time. That's even with all the podcasts or clothing stuff. It's like, I didn't see those hoodies you had. Like, why are you lying? Because I posted it multiple times this week.
Right.
It's like every single time. How's Simba? Do you know about the endocannabinoid though? Endocannabinoid.
What you know about that endocannabinoid system? It's crazy. It's abbreviated ECS. So that's a little bit simpler. People can grasp it.
If people are already having a hard time trying to understand what it is, if you say ECS, they're like, I don't know what ECS is. ECS,
endocannabinoid system.
Now y'all got it. Now y'all got it. Y'all can't say y'all don't have it at all.
It's really crucial. Like, it really is. Like, I cannot emphasize that enough. And I don't know, when I first got involved into the industry, like, I liked cannabis. I liked smoking weed. Like, that's like was one of the entries for me. I didn't know that much about CBD, but I learned a lot about it. And in my master's program, really learning about the endocannabinoid system just like blew my mind, and I was like, I'm meant to talk about that.
No, so here's the funny thing. So with me, I have a low tolerance. Everything. If you get me, if I'm either let me go to sleep, or just put me in a space where I can just relax and stare at something I know I'm gonna fall asleep anyways. But do not have me in a social. Do not have me any people be shopping and driving. Like, I can't do that. I tried doing it working one time when I used to work at FedEx Ground. That felt like hours. I was like, it's taking so long to deliver these packages. And it was mad. I mean, shout out to the house I delivered to. The guy, he was like, you need some? I was like, it was all chilling in the garage. I did it. I was like, okay, I'm about to get done. And now those 20 boxes that was left felt like 2 hours. I was like, I can never do this. It takes so long to get back to this terminal. But outside of that, I would do it. But my friends get mad. Like, you don't never want to do it. It's like, because I'm going to go to sleep. I don't have a high tolerance like y'all do.
You know you.
I was like, if y'all be hitting with the 1-2 punches and y'all be throwing them left and right. Like, here, you pat. I'm like, I'm telling you, you get me, I'm slumped. Y'all can't have me around. I got to be a little bit here, and then we go about our day. If you got me pass one around, we go through one, go get some food. Let me go to sleep. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. I don't got a high tolerance. I always tell people that.
Yep.
But that's how it is every single
Yeah, maybe
time.
you should get some CBG.
That's what I was like. Where do I gotta go? I
That
gotta come down to Columbus.
We do have some. We have a tincture that's like a 1-to-1. I should have brought
I can support. Come down. Bring Simba because he ain't been in Columbus yet.
Road trip.
Simba get his stuff. I get my stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the new spot too. We're remodeling it.
So what's happening with the whole like laboratory? Since it's not gonna be a laboratory anymore, you say change it to a studio.
It's gonna be a studio.
So where's the laboratory gonna be? Is it gonna?
No more lab.
No more.
We're not. We have retail product right now that we're offloading, but once we're through that, we're gonna be more of an affiliate and referral partner.
Okay.
To these businesses and brands that have products and services rather than having our own inventory and selling it. So yeah, if anybody out there is looking for any affiliates or referrals to sell their products, we're on the market.
What? Y'all hear that?
Y'all hear that?
On the market.
Yeah. And just functioning with brands that have like high integrity too. We want everyone in our network to operate by certain standards type of thing. And yeah, I don't know, just creating a culture where everyone is welcome. We're all here to learn and grow together. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is actually like a learning like podcast because I figure I was like, Erin's about to say all this stuff. I definitely don't know. Everybody's on here gonna be like, oh snap, I didn't know that. And I even got some questions so you can let them know like this is what needs to happen. So this other one is like with THC and CBD, compare and contrast. Just to let the people know the difference.
Okay. Yeah. So
I hope I hit you with a curveball.
No.
Oh, okay. I was like
No. That's so fun.
Okay.
So yeah, THC and CBD are the two most abundant cannabinoids found in cannabis. So they occur at the highest levels. When something's more THC dominant, it's considered marijuana. When something's more CBD dominant and it contains really, really low amount of THC, it's considered hemp. THC is that component that gets you high. It creates those euphoric effects. And it is clinically proven for things like I mentioned with chemo, nausea and vomiting, gaining weight with HIV and AIDS. There is cancer research out there, but research is still being done. With it being a federal one or Schedule 1 substance, cannabis is federally illegal. So it's really that THC component that I feel like has been attacked. And there's been a lot of misinformation and propaganda over the last 125 years that was, frankly, fake news and not the truth. So cannabis or THC is that component. Interacts with your CB1 receptor, commonly found in your brain, creates those effects. Delta 9 THC is what's typically occurring naturally in the cannabis plant. Delta 8, Delta 10, these components that we see in the vape shop, in the smoke shop legally, it's hemp derived. So it's basically they take hemp, they take CBD, and they do an acidic chemical process to that component, and they turn it into Delta 8, Delta 10 THC, which is really just the location of a double bond on the molecular structure, which don't worry too much about that. I would just say, if you are a consumer of those products, I would just be careful, like even more careful than just the CBD in general, with those being quite mislabeled and misbranded often. The synthetic products, it's a loophole around recreational cannabis not being legal. And you could have lower quality with that too, just because the people selling those are more so in it for the quick cash, not for benefiting the health and wellness of people. But yeah, so that's a little bit about THC. You can also, people are selling Delta 9 THC legally, but It's not the natural occurring one. If
Okay,
it's
so what is it like?
It's hemp derived.
It's just hemp.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they're doing something in a lab. If it's flower, sometimes they're spraying it with stuff. Like, I don't know. Just stuff that, like, I don't know if it's
So what does
really
it
all
give
that good for us.
So like Delta 9, what is it like give it? What is it supposed to give? Or they say it's supposed to have you feel
Delta 9's euphoric effects.
euphoric? Okay.
Delta 8 is about 80% of the euphoria you get from Delta 9, so you might have to take a little bit more to get to the same level. And I think Delta 10 is similar to Delta 8. So just a little less potent. And then CBD, on the other hand, does not create a euphoria. It's more of the balancing, calming, relaxing component in cannabis. So it doesn't add anything like that euphoria. It's more so taking things away, like taking away your stress, taking away your aches and pains. And CBD doesn't interact with CB1 or CB2, your endocannabinoid receptors, but it does interact with your serotonin receptors. So it boosts your mood, memory, learning.
Need it.
Yep. It interacts
Need
with
it.
your opioid receptors, so it can influence your pain sensation. And it interacts with these other two receptors, PPAR and TRPV. Don't worry too much about them. Just know that they are heavily involved in inflammation. So CBD interacts with those, helping to reduce inflammation and serve as an antioxidant. So CBD is fucking crazy. It also boosts our endocannabinoids, like I said. The two main endocannabinoids are anandamide, which is actually comes from the word bliss. So it's our bliss molecule. And then the other one is called 2-AG. And so CBD helps to boost those to regulate homeostasis and balance and help our body with all of those functions I mentioned earlier.
You do have a question on there.
Yeah. Anything with epilepsy? Yes. CBD is has been tested and approved for epilepsy. There's a drug out there called Epidiolex, which is a pharmaceutical CBD product that is FDA approved for seizures and epilepsy. You can consume CBD itself, but if you're operating through the healthcare system, then your doctors might push you towards Epidiolex. But yeah, cannabis, could help with that for sure.
Thanks for asking that question.
Yeah.
Actually, it's probably really good because you're probably really like looking for an answer for that.
We were just, his brother's girlfriend's brother has seizures and epilepsy, and he takes Epidiolex. For them.
What is Epidiolex?
It's the pharmaceutical medication that is FDA approved that contains CBD. So there's not too many of those out there that pharma handles, but those products are not full spectrum. They do not exhibit the entourage effect. It's more so just that component, but CBD has been proven to do that. And I actually had a customer whose dog had seizures, and they came in and got the pet tincture, and he stopped having them. So
I just had
for
another.
pets too.
I had another question. It was kind of cut off because I couldn't see it. It just said, "So what is Oh, they meant to say cannabinoid. I guess.
Cannabinoid.
Yeah, he said, "Sorry, just big words. I don't understand."
Yeah. A cannabinoid. There's different types. So cannabinoid, and then there's endocannabinoid, which endo means within. So those ones are produced within our bodies. And then there's phytocannabinoid. Phyto means plant. So the phytocannabinoids are produced by the cannabis plant. And basically they're just molecules that interact with our receptors in our body. So yeah, very, very small molecules that interact with our receptors and then exhibit various effects, therapeutic effects from that.
You trying to be a president, or what are you trying to do? I'm just
Yo, me and Ange did say that. We said Boyce and Babcock 2036.
Oh my God! Like what? Everybody to be.
Yeah.
Everybody to have the most calmest. the comments, everybody gonna be out here like, yo, yes, we're voting for you. Just calm. Like, everybody's just gonna be calm.
Yeah. Let's chill. Let's chill. Avoid the stress. And that is one thing, honestly. The endocannabinoid system can regulate our stress response.
Okay.
So it regulates the relaxation response, which is opposite of the stress response. When you feel stress, it's not because stress exists outside of us. Like, those are stressors.
Okay.
When we hit rush hour, when Simba poops on the floor and you gotta clean him up and you're running late for work. Like,
get out. He's moving. Get out.
if your boss is putting a big project deadline on you, like, those are all stressors. And when we perceive it as a threat, that's when stress is activated within us.
Oh, okay.
And it's this neuroendocrine link, the link between our nervous system and our endocrine system. So your nervous system is sending the signals and the messages of what to do, and then your endocrine system is in charge of releasing the hormones that make your body feel different. And your endocannabinoid system maintains the homeostasis of that link, so it doesn't let the stressors activate it. When it's activated, stress hormones like cortisol are released. But when it's maintained and regulated, cortisol is not released. You're not stressed by the little things. Your body's more resilient to the stress.
Your these perspectives you just laying out here, these is great. Like,
Thank you.
These perspectives. Elevate EP, experience perspective.
I mean, yeah, seriously. Your podcast, it really, like, I don't know, EEE is something, like, Air Energy has 3 E's in front of it, and I say elevate, expand, evolve. Elevate's the first. Endocannabinoid system is in that one, because you gotta elevate yourself before you can spread that to others and spread that to the world too. Yeah, so we right on brand. It's on brand for both of us.
You're getting a 1-2 punch out of all these, the questions, the answers. It's like, what? You laid these out.
We gotta get some good clips.
I'm about to have a lot of good clips. I already know I am. I was like, this facts on facts. Like, this way we had some people who's like, bro, she is talking facts. And I was like, that's why she's here. Usually this question I always ask, usually people either know it or they got to think about it for a second. But it's like, it's a deeper thing, but it's also just how you've been through with life. So what's more important to you, respect or loyalty?
Probably loyalty.
Loyalty?
Yeah. Both of them are pretty important, but
yeah,
people can mess up. Like, we were talking about this earlier. Like, you can have friends that, like, you might perceive it as them doing something mean or hurtful, but it might have not been their intentions. So people, like, low-key might be disrespectful without intending it. When they intend it, then that's, like, probably crossing the line for me, and we're gonna have to have a conversation. But if you didn't mean to do it, like, I don't know, forgiveness is huge. You got to be able to forgive to others and forgive yourself. But yeah,
as far as that loyalty,
yeah,
because really loyal without, you can't have respect without loyalty.
Exactly.
That's what I always say.
That's why I picked that one.
Yeah, that's why I just want to know. I was like, Laura, then tell me why when you say like loyalty. So I just wanted to see exactly why. Because I ask all my guests, I just want to know, like, what is more important to you? Like, some people say respect because of this reason, because of the way they live or a certain type of way, but you got loyalty because I'm like, usually you don't need respect from nobody as long as you know they're gonna be loyal though to the things you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how that's just how usually it goes with everything.
Yeah, and with like social media and technology, like, there's just miscommunications.
It's because you can't pick up on people's emotions through fake stuff. Like, it's all fake.
Yeah, you don't text with tone.
Yeah.
If you read a text message with tone, like, we're putting that tone on it. It's not that the person sent it with that tone. We don't know.
Just know phones now have voice texting, so now why not use it? People hate it. Why not use it? Yeah. My friends get mad when I don't voice text. Why don't you just text me so you can hear how I'm trying to tell you what I'm talking about? And then you say it's too long of a voice text. Oh my! So
And
you
you
gonna
know
read a
what?
whole book?
That's true. That's very true.
I just be wanting it to make sense sometimes.
Yeah.
But
And now
I guess
I
I'm
see,
crazy.
if you FaceTime somebody, I think like with the new update, if they don't answer, it gives you an option to like send them a video.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
It's
that's
like-
a FaceTime.
it's like
Oh yeah, you ain't
yeah,
answer my FaceTime.
yeah.
Nah, I want one of those. I just want
Right.
somebody just to FaceTime me and not ignore
Yeah.
it. And you see me on FaceTime voicemail.
Yeah.
What? I'm telling my friends. I'm telling y'all what to do. I need to see this.
Yeah.
I need to see this. So she came all this way so we can make this happen, y'all. So this is for
Yeah.
y'all to know, to learn, to understand. And is there anything more you would like to share to the people that we can think of?
Yeah. Stay elevated. Stay high. Surround yourself with good people and chase your dreams.
That was on Elevate EP. So
Yeah.
if there's anything else, any more questions anybody got to ask before we end this? I'm trying to think. I think I had one more question. I can't think of it exactly. It was back on, to go back really quick, it was back on when you was talking about the stress you was having when you was playing soccer. Was that due more to coaching, or was it just like where you was at? You was like, "Man, I'm not happy right now with just what I'm playing."
Yeah.
Was it like, I want to transfer?
Yeah. No, I never wanted to fully transfer, really.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This has just been like an evolution of like becoming like the real me, the
Okay.
real Erin. And
Breaking
I
down.
was stressed. My sophomore year, I had stress fractures in both my shins. So I was hurt. I wasn't playing in my sophomore season. And yeah, the coaching staff did not treat me the best. With that being said, once you got hurt, it's more, if you're not making the program and the team money, if you're not at that level, then I don't know. I got treated like a manager at that point.
After once you got hurt
Yeah.
and you were doing stuff. It was
And
like,
so it just wasn't for me. Like, yeah, I was just depressed. Like, I was just not happy at all with playing anymore. And soccer was the thing that, like, brought me the most happiness in my childhood. I
Right.
played from the age of 2 to 19. Like, that was my shit. Like, every season, like, I was committed. I committed to Akron when I was, like, 15
yeah.
or something. Like, it was everything to me. But then it got to the point where I was just, like, so depressed that I was ready to let go of it, type of thing.
Yeah, for that.
And
He was pushing. It was like a breaking point. He was
Yeah.
like, I gotta.
so I had 2 chronic stress conditions.
Okay.
My shins and depression.
Okay.
Depression is a stress condition. Mental health issues are associated with neuroinflammation. So using CBD and cannabis can help to regulate that too. And I don't know. I look back and I don't regret anything. I'm not upset that I felt that way, because like I understand that everything happens for a reason, and like that was part of my story. Like I felt that way, and I went through like both of those periods of really bad hurt, whether it was emotional or physical, because this is what I'm doing now. I'm educating about the endocannabinoid system, which really combats both of those things like heavily, and almost every area of wellness. Like you can't go wrong by regulating your endocannabinoid system, and it's never
Right.
too late too, because they're within you. Your endocannabinoid receptors can be expressed in different ways, and you can always incorporate CBD and exercise and the things that I've mentioned to get it back to balance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if there's nothing else, I don't think anybody else had any
No.
questions for you.
January 7th.
What's
You
January
got
7th?
January 7th. What you got?
The weed thing.
Oh, that's, yeah, February. If anyone's in Columbus, February 17th, I will be participating. My friends are throwing an event called Cannapalooza. It's going to be lit. It's going to be educational. It's going to be fun, and there's going to be cool after party. So if you're in Columbus, February 17th,
I will be in Columbus February.
Cannapalooza at the Key. It's going to be
What?
dope. It's going to be really, really, really cool.
You got Akron? Yes. What?
Yeah. Yep. We're going to be having more events, more experiences, more entertainment. Like that's what we're here to do. Make it fun and educational.
Oh, man, I love that.
Yeah.
That's really good. I love that. Well, nothing else we can add on to Elevate EP Podcast. This will be it, y'all. We can get out of here. Y'all share it, like, and always look for the description. You can find her website. Will be in there. You have to send me that so I can put it in the description.
I will.
And that'll be it. We are out of here, folks. We're going to be
See
done.
ya.